So today we're going to talk about our 2,000 litre corrugated poly slimline tank, which is one of Tasmania's most popular slimline tanks. If you keep your eyes peeled when you're moving around the state, you'll see these tanks tucked up beside sheds and buildings in all sorts of little nooks and crannies, making good use of space that might otherwise be wasted. First question that we often get asked about these tanks is, tell us about these panels, these infill panels on the front. Well, the infill panels are essentially a cosmetic moulding which is designed to fill in this gap that you can see around the edge here. The panel sits back in there and fills that in. Without the panel, we believe the tank looks a little bit rudimentary, so we go to the trouble of moulding a separate little moulding that fits back into these cavities and make it look good. The next question is, well, why the cavities in the first place? Well, with a slimline tank, the weight of water does funny things to tanks that are not round. It tends to want to swell and bulge the tank at every opportunity. So we actually mould a cavity from one side to the other, which essentially ties the two walls together, the front and the back wall, ties them together so that as the water level comes up and tries to bulge the tank out, the cavity in between holds the tank nice and firm and keeps the slimline shape of the tank. So below the two infill cavities here, we've got a pump cavity, which is unique to the 2,000 litre slimline tank. Unlike any other tank on the market in Tasmania, this provision allows you to conceal a pump inside the line of the tank, away from the elements. So this panel is attached by 4 little bolts which are go into inserts which are moulded into the tank. If I remove that, this panel will come off and we can show you what's behind. So inside the cavity, you can see that we've got 2 very strong steel U-bars which are holding the bottom of the tank together where there's the most water pressure, holding that nice and ship shape so that it can't swell and get out of shape. And then if we were to install a pump as a tank and pump kit, we would fasten this metal plate onto the inserts that are just inside the tank, like so. We would mount the pump onto this plate, so it's sitting on its own plate, which is not attached tightly to the tank, allowing the plate to move a little bit and take up any vibration from the pump, not transfer it to the tank. And then we've got 2 suction points from where we can draw water. Normally what we would do is attach a pump to the plate here, and then we'd run a suction line over to this outlet at the back, where we'd have a valve and supply line to the pump, making the whole lot encased inside this cavity, and then we can put the cover back on and no one would know it's there. The only other thing you've got to do is supply power for your pump, which we would recommend you have an electrician install an outside IP66 rated power point to the wall behind the cavity there. You can plug your pump straight in, and then from there on, it's all go. Now, we've been manufacturing slimline tanks in Tasmania for a lot of years. We've moulded hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of slimline tanks. And if you've got any questions about how we can make your slimline tank installation a success, we look forward to talking to you. Please reach out to the team at Orion Australia. We're only too willing to help.